first thing when I see Pio splitting sizes like this, I just want to use half pot with my betting range and check the rest. But obviously, it's fine to do whatever you want. His check back range mostly ace highs, king highs, eights, sixes, fives, like normal stuff. Weakest 7x, weaker 7x. So basically, how I see it already on 5 turn, it would be. It's kind of fine to start protection betting 5x and 7x, like weaker 7x. So yeah, I would think it's like that. So basically now on turn, we have fairly even split here between betting large with our 9x plus and our good draws, which are mostly 8x. And then, yeah, that's viable probably. And then we have smaller for most of our hands that want to protection bet. We can see 7x is just way too strong enough to check here versus his range, because as we saw previously, his checking back range is basically mostly 7x. And when you have 7x, you block it, so you just want to get some values left protection from pairs and ace kings and ace queens. Like let's say response versus small, like basically ace 10 plus, always calling, king queen pretty much pure calling. Nothing unnatural. I would assume we face far less raises, far less raises in game. So probing all of these will be pretty good. About the hands, 4 or 5 club spade, we can see pretty much pure betting these. I would assume we can just get to pure bet these. So you should always think whether this hands how much improves in positions range. Basically, when it improves our slot more, which it does here, you just wanna bet a lot more often. Basically, it's something like that. Again, regarding blockers and stuff, you can see 9-7 2 pair, basically betting small. 7-3, I would assume. Yeah, even checking, which makes sense. Like that concept that I talked before. After he checks backs and we block the 2 pairs, you can see super huge frequency of 7-3s and 9-7s and stuff like this checking. And then after they check, and these 2 pairs kind of always, pretty much always slow play, which is just the fact you want to let impositions bluffs improve. I mean, this is something I wasn't doing so much previously, but yeah. What I want to say more here. Yeah, the rest of the combos. Ace3 is just basically a value bet here. Like it's protection and value. You get called by all of these stronger ace-x. We do when we check. What you mean on the turn? Yeah. I mean there is some. It makes total sense. Like in reality, I would assume everybody leads everything, so it's fine. But I would assume something like 8 will be. I don't have it solved here. I'll go back. Yeah, I think 7 and 8 maybe we don't get to overbet. I'll get back to this later actually, because we don't have time now to go through the solving thing. Regarding combos, like I think couple important concepts here to grasp is like to kind of when you block second pair and third pair flop pair, you that's the hand that you typically wanna start slow playing on the turn, and I think it's cool mechanic to get out from this. Other than this, I don't see a lot of weird stuff. So yeah, ace3, it's fine, whatever. Basically, when people start stabbing more often with these, I would assume checking is also fine. Like the one component of ace3 betting turn is the fact that imposition will be always calling ace jack, ace queen, ace king, and stuff like this. But in reality, if they just, I honestly always see like people just bet 1/3 with ace jack here to protect. So when they do that, I would assume checking ace3 gets a bit better, basically, because you just still gain that value from ace jack plus, if that makes sense. But yeah, it's a small thing. So yeah, this was bit better response from population. So we defend versus hijack here. 3-6-4, pretty good board for our range. There will be some leading. We get hijack checking back, which is obviously reasonable. And yeah, let's see what you guys got. again, if you have any questions or want to see anything in the sim, please again let me know. I'll do whatever I can. But I have a lot of spots, and I want to go through most of them. In this one, yeah, I got 30 bigs. So happy. But I can't make it on 2K mystery bounty. Apparently, that's impossible one. 10 deuce, 10 deuce, 10 deuce. Yeah, that's fair. So the way these also see this spot being misplayed a lot by population and a lot of people. Like when it's some board is good for big blind basically, and in position checks back. And now one position starts betting 1/3 when the turn paired the board. It's pretty bad because like whenever paired turn comes, like in position check back range just gets to call range basically versus 1/3. That's how it works. So that's why I would also go a bit more polar. I think mixing sizes here, it's pretty much fine. Like you have a 4x that you still want to bet like 4/8 or whatever. You want to bet for protection and value. So you kind of I would use 2/3 and overbet basically with my range. Like 6x goes into overbet and weaker stuff that I want to protect goes into B70 or something like that. Like trying to find difference. I'll just try to explain it here. So first thing we see we get the lead a lot here because yeah, we're just much better connected on this board. So when we check, we can see now in position strategy after we have leading range. And I think this is kind of representative of how people would play actually. I think they like if you're not leading range, they're supposed to check back a lot more of these hands. But when we do have leading range, like they're just bet a lot. And I think population plays something like this. I just allowed small sizing, which won't make any difference for what we're trying to see. I don't think so. So 6 of diamonds. What we see, 10 deuce mixed, a6 mixed, king here mixed. Okay, love to see it. 6 of diamonds. So basically, we do have two sides. We have overbet sizes reserved for 6x plus, reserved for our straights, and we do wanna bet our 4x and 3x still, and we wanna use middling sizing for those hands. So I think it's kind of fairly even split. What's interesting here is this concept on these like when board pairs. For example, if it's 7, you can see like we now start blocking because on this turn you just get to target ace highs and king highs from in position more effectively. But on turn pairing is just basically, as you can see, we bet small, in position doesn't fall, and king 10 of spades calls, like everything calls. So that's why our range doesn't benefit a lot for using small sizing. While when we start overbetting, he's still supposed to call a lot of ace highs, even some obviously hearts. But yeah, that's the function of this spot basically. There is not a lot to say. 10-9 of all of these random bluffs, like they just want to pound it off, like because you just make so many hands from in position fold basically. Like they just can't improve. One important thing is not to have both. For example, you need to have one high card, one low card basically here, because when you hold both of them, you just block too many of in positions folds basically. But when you block, yeah, when you unblock one of them, you just get its license to go bananas.